How can I get the maximum usage out of this shaving soap? Let's check it out. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about how you can get the most usage out of your shaving soap. I did an experiment a while back with this exact shaving soap, calculating usage on how many shaves I could get through it through my normal loading and usage, and it came out to about 52 shaves. Now some people said, wow, that's a ton. And then some people said I'd like to get a few more. So that got me thinking about what could I do, by lessening my loads and still getting great results with this shaving soap. What I decided to do is do some experimenting on my own with just loading less soap and seeing how little I could load while still getting an acceptable 3-pass shave. That was the important part here, is that I had to be able to do this load consistently and get results that I was satisfied with. So since we know all of the weights and measurements of this soap from it at its unused phase, I knew exactly how many ounces of soap were in here, and it was 4.05. And so I went ahead and reweighed this soap as it sits currently, which means I've already used some of it, but we can still calculate the usage we're going to use now and compare that to the original weights of this soap unused, and that'll give us our number. And so right now when I weighed it, the current weight of the soap is 154 grams, so we'll be able to use that to calculate our usage. So what I'm going to do is get this soap wet like I would normally do, and I'm going to prove my small load time in a test lather just so we can take out any questions of, well, no, you can't really do that. So here we go. I got the soap wet, and also instead of using a ton of different brushes here, I'm only going to be using one brush, and that is this RazoRock Synthetic. So what my thought process behind that is that if we are a frugal shaver or someone who's just trying to get the most out of their products, you're probably not going to be using a ton of different brushes. So I in fact have 2 of these brushes. This is the exact same brush, I just have 2 of them, and that's going to help me with my loads. Now, my theory is that because I'm loading so little of soap, 5 lathers might not give me accurate data for measurements. So I am going to actually do 10 test lathers in order to calculate it, but I'm not going to show all 10 on camera. I'm going to do the first one, and I'm going to simulate lathering up 3 passes just so that you can see that I can get 3 lathers out of the amount of soap I loaded, and then you'll just have to trust me that I did the other 9 of them off camera, which I assure you I will do. So let me wet the face and get ready for this. Okay, with the face wet, I've got the soap here with the water in it. I have dumped out the water. Now I will get my synthetic brush, squeeze the water out of that, and what I have found is that to consistently get it, I can do 1 swirl. So I'll demonstrate it here so we can see. Start at the top, 1 swirl around the soap. I know it doesn't look like much, but there is soap there, and I'm going to lather it up so you can see me get my shave out of this soap. Now, it will not be exactly the same lather that I got out of when I loaded it for 20 seconds each, but as you will see, it does give you enough lather to get a shave. So after swirling that around my face, you can see it worked up nicely. I can even add some drops of water. Now you do have to be a little more cautious as to adding too much water to this, or else you will make it a lather that's kind of washed out. But there you go. You can see this would be pass 1, and the soap and the brush has plenty left in it. So let me take this soap off and get ready for number 2. First simulated pass washed off. Here is pass 2. Okay, as you can see, my face is covered in lather, enough to shave. This would definitely do pass 2. And brush still filled with lather from one swirl. So let's get this cleaned off. Okay, here we go. And there you have it. That's my third lather up with the one swirl. And the brush is still with plenty of soap in it. If I needed to do touch-ups after that, I still could. And I was able to do that. So what I'm going to continue to do off camera is 9 more, just one swirl at a time, completely rinsing out the brush and doing the rest. Then I'll let it dry for 24 hours and we'll be able to calculate some new numbers. So until then, we'll see ya. 24 hours has gone by once again, and just to recap, we did 10 lathers on this soap with just one brush. Remember, one swirl 10 different times, and now we're ready for the results. So we started with a starting weight of 154 grams, which did include the container, and our final weight after doing our 10 lathers is 151 grams. That means that with we used 3 grams of soap in those 10 lathers. Only 3 grams of soap in 10 lathers. That means that we used 3/10 or 0.3 grams per load. When I go back to my numbers for this original soap, remember it brand new, I used it in a different video, but you have to trust me here that we had 115 grams of just soap in the container, okay? 115 grams of soap. We divide that by 0.3, and now your new number of shaves has gone all the way up to 383 shaves. So how I got that number, I took 0.3, divided it by 100, or sorry, I did 115, divided it by 0.3. That gave me 383 shaves. You would use this soap for well over a year if you wanted to. Now on to figuring out the cost. These soaps sell brand new for $14.95. So I took my $14.95, divided that by 383 shaves that you're going to get out of this by doing one swirl, and that takes your cost per shave to 3.9 cents, so roughly 4 cents per shave. What that tells me is that you could still shave very inexpensively with a very high quality soap, and you could use it for a very, very, very long time if you wanted to get the absolute most out of your shaving soap. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that this is my results with this particular Phoenix soap, and I would guess that any of their soaps in this formulation I would have the same results with, but it might not be the same with a different brand of soap, and that could be due to just the quality of the soap, how hard the soap is. So your results might vary, but those were my results with this particular soap. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. I'm always happy to answer those for you. And until next time, we'll see you with another video. Bye.